In this webcast, I'm going to take you through our class in Blackboard. Now, the main landing page that you come to, you'll see announcements. This is the first thing you'll always see when you open up our class. I do send out announcements regularly. It's a good way for me to communicate with you. Lots of times I'm telling you what's coming up or what you need to do that week or what you need to be paying attention to. So look for those announcements. You'll also get them in email, and you'll see them. They'll always be here and just stack in order, with the top one being the most current. Over here on the left we have our navigation. So here's our announcement, so you can always get back to this landing page. Here's my information. So here's my email. My office is at the Canyon County building, and I am there every once in a while, but do let me know if you need to meet in person. I'm happy to do that. Just send me an email and we can find a time to get together. I'm usually around on Saturdays. In the next tab we have our syllabus and schedule. And we'll see if they pop up here. There they go. So here's the syllabus and here's the schedule. And this little object we have here is from box.net, which is very convenient. You can scroll through the syllabus right here. You can also make it full screen by pressing this button here. And to get out of it, you press escape. You can also download it, so you can put it on your thumb drive or your computer. You can also print it from here as well. And you can scroll through the pages with these buttons right here. So that's how you work with those. So you can look through the schedule and the syllabus, as you have quizzes on those as well. So here's the basic information up here in those top three. Then we have our course content. And under course content we have assignments. This is where you will spend the majority of your time. And actually at this point you can't see anything yet because it opens up on Saturday morning. So I'm going to change it to my view. So this is what it'll look like actually when we're all finished, when everything is open. So don't get too overwhelmed. But at the top you'll see projects. There are 4 projects for this class. We have the research paper, the access group project, a PowerPoint presentation, and then a website project at the very end. So these will all become available as the time comes. What you'll see this first week down here at the very bottom is you'll see the general technology piece as well as Word. So I recommend that you start in this general technology section, work through this week 1. This is what will come up. This is what is to come up this week. So you'll go through the tools in class, getting acquainted, and Windows 7 stuff over here. And then down here you'll see Word. You'll have chapters 1, 2, and 3, and then there'll be a deliverables section. And this is how each of the different programs that we go through, how that will work. So this week you can see chapter 1 and the deliverables, and then next week chapter 2 and 3 will open up as you can then work on those. Inside these is all of your content. So here are the skills that we're going to learn for chapter 1. The pages will be in the textbook. Here's the PowerPoint that comes with the book. And then they'll also post videos that will take you through a variety of things. Now my IT lab also has videos in the resource section. You'll see when you click into Word Chapter 1, there'll be an activities folder, which is where you'll find your assignments. And there's also a resources folder, and in there you have extra videos that are produced by Pearson to take you through each of those skills. But there are extra videos that I posted here to help you get through all of the material. And then if we go back up into assignments, if you go into the deliverables folder in Word, it will show you everything you need to get done for the week. So in week 1 for Word, now this is just for Word, you have to complete skills-based training, grader project, and quiz. This is all in my IT lab as I've labeled right here. And then in Blackboard you need to put in your research paper topic into the discussion board, and there's instructions for that. So if we go into week 1, you'll see here I've given you information on how to complete the grader projects because they can be complicated. I do recommend watching the video walkthrough right here because there are a lot of steps, so it's worth your time to watch that video. And then you'll notice I've highlighted these. So under my IT lab, these are the things you get done in my IT lab. And under here in Blackboard, these are the things that you're completing in Blackboard. So as I did in the schedule, I showed you where each piece, where you're turning things in. I've also done it here in Blackboard as well. So that's pretty much the assignments folder. All of your content will be in here, all of your due dates will be in here, any assignments you need to complete will be in here. So for instance, also in the research paper, which will be open this week, you'll see all of your due dates are here, all of the instructions for your research paper are here, and where to turn things in and how to turn things in. It's very well laid out. And then as well as some extra things that you might want to look at as you're working through your research paper. Now the next piece we have is the discussion board. I hope you use the discussion board a lot. It's a great way to communicate with me as well as with the other students. So if you have a general question that you think other students might have, like this functionality isn't working, or this isn't working in this browser, or I'm having a really hard time figuring out this section of Word, those are all good questions to put here. So I've put some frequently asked questions here. But if you have something that's more generic, go to this Ask the Instructor discussion board and just create a thread. And then from there, ask your questions, and then I can respond. And as students, you are very welcome to respond as well. In fact, I encourage that, especially down here. If you have a question that's specific to Word or an assignment in Word, anything like that, or a particular skill you don't quite know how to do, the Word discussion board is a great place to go. The research paper discussion board is where you will post your topics this first week, and then it's also where you'll post your paper and you'll proof each other's papers, so we'll use that one a little bit more. Any questions about general technology should go in here, and then as we open up Excel and Access and PowerPoint, I'll open up discussion boards for those as well, so that anytime you have questions about that content, that's where you can go to ask that question. And as students, like I said, feel free to answer each other's questions. I hope you can have a good discussion about that. The next piece over here in Blackboard is resources. And in resources, I have a variety of different things. I have these quick reference sheets, which I'll show you in just a second. And then I have several websites that might be useful to you. A lot of the videos I've used for content come from gcflearnfree.org. You could just click on this and it will take you there. So if you need any extra videos or have any specific questions, this is a great place to go. They also have tutorials and interactives that you can use. We are using Microsoft Office 2010, and they have great training as well if you go to their site, so you can click here and go there. Here is the website for my IT lab as well as for our book, so there's extra resources there as well. And then down here I have included the campus hours for all of our different campuses. Each campus has a computer lab, so these are the times that they're open. So if you are having issues with your internet or your computer, or you just don't want to get Office 2010 and you want to work on campus, you're welcome to do that. There's also libraries and a variety of other places you can go to get on a computer. So you shouldn't have any excuse not to have your homework done on time. Remember, you do have at least 8 or 9 days to get all of your homework done from the time it opens to the time it closes. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time, as technology does tend to break. In fact, most of the time I just expect it to, so I like to have a backup plan. And let me click this back to where you can see. There's a couple things you don't see over here. Okay. So we have other resources as well. These are provided specifically from CWI. So if we click on Tools, oh, let me backtrack. There are these quick reference sheets I mentioned at the beginning here. And in here, these are nice things you can print out. They give you some just quick tips and just a nice guide. So here's one for each of the programs we're studying. So there's one for Word and Excel and Access and PowerPoint. So these might be nice to print out and keep handy as you're working through these programs. You can write on them, put extra things on there that you know you want to remember. So then over here we have the Tools section. And here's where you can get to pretty much anything within Blackboard. You can get to the announcement page, the different blogs. Here's where you can send email. You can always send me email through this system if you want, or you can send email to other students. As you're working with other students, you might want to do that. I usually go to just select users. And then from here, there's all the students in our class, and I'm in here. I should be in here as well. So you can click on that, move it over to the side, send the email. Write out your email and hit submit. You can even attach a file if you need to do it that way. So you're always welcome to send email through here. Other things within Tools are the discussion boards, which you can get to from the site anyway, your groups, wikis, journals. You can also get to my grades from here. Now, I am not keeping the grade book in Blackboard. A couple of your quizzes, like this quiz, the Blackboard quiz, the schedule quiz, all of those will show up in here in My Grades. I will move those over to my IT lab. Pretty sure those are the only things, and the general technology exam. Those are the only things that happen inside of Blackboard that do an automatic grade, and those get moved to my IT lab. So don't depend on this grade book. You need to be looking at your grades in the My IT lab grade book. There's also the student resources. And in here, if you have any questions about Blackboard, there's the guide here. There's information about tutoring services, and there is tutoring for this class. You just need to go in and ask for tutors that tutor for CISA, for CISA 101. They cover basically the same information. The only thing those tutors won't be able to help you with is access. So any of the other ones you need help with, they should be able to help you, and they are trained in My IT lab and all of those things. So if you have questions, they're a great place to go. There's the one-stop information. Here's the information for the library and the bookstore and emergency procedures. So all of that is here in that CWI student resource section. And then at the end, just before class is over, the course evaluation will open up, but not until the very end of class, and I will let you know once that's open so you can do an evaluation on this class. Now the last piece that we have is My Groups down here. You should just see one. I'm a part of all the groups that we have for in class. But under My Groups, you can click on it, and here mostly you'll be in the discussion board or the group blog, and you'll use that in a blog we're doing this week. For the intro blog, you're going to just talk within your group. And then there's the group discussion board, which is probably where you'll spend most of your time during the Access group project, so you'll work with those people on that piece. Other than that, you don't need to be in here too much, but that's where your groups are located. And that pretty much covers Blackboard for our class. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. You can also put any questions into the discussion board for the Ask the Instructor, or if it's generic, or if it's content related, you can ask it down here. All right, thanks.